What's up, folks? This is Antonio Fletcher back at you with another video.
Hello, Antonio.
I have a question for atheists.
I'm all ears.
But before I get to the question, if you notice the cool hefty shirt right here,
No offense, Antonio, but I'm just going to skip over this whole cool shirt part and get to the actual question.
in the last video I did on Bionic Dance, she remarked about how God is this really messed up individual sending people to hell for eternity.
Sounds about right. Eternal torture isn't usually what jumps to my mind when I think about the word good or ethical.
And she thought that was incompatible with an all-loving God, right?
And you don't? Okay, Antonio. I'm hearing a lot of talking but no question. Let's just jump ahead to the actual question. Time is money after all.
When I'm asking this question, God can easily create a new set of people to worship Him. That's an ability He has. Given that in mind, if God could just simply easily create a new set of people to worship Him,
Why is this all-powerful, all-knowing entity so caught up in being worshipped? It sounds like a narcissist.
and atheists like Bionic Dance think God is that evil, that malevolent, then why not just send us to hell to begin with, from the jump, from the start?
If this entity were all-knowing, it would have known, for example, that I would be an atheist. According to some Christians, that's enough to send me to a place where I'll be tortured for eternity, just because I do not see convincing evidence of its existence. Assuming I live to be 80 years old, why would this God be any less malevolent for letting me live out 80 years torture-free, while knowing that I will spend eternity being tortured for what it knew I would do before I was even born? But let's bring it down to a more human time frame. Would you think I was not committing an evil act if I allowed a baby to reach 5 years of age before I began to torture him or her for the next 75 years, rather than torturing him or her immediately? Even in this scenario, the torture will end when the person being tortured dies, but not so in the Christian scenario, where your God endlessly tortures someone. In all of those cases, I'm comfortable labeling all of these acts as evil, unethical, and malevolent.
God could just easily send us to hell from the outset and not given His only begotten Son to die for us.
Why does it need any form of human sacrifice to forgive? If this being were truly all-powerful, it would be capable of forgiveness without the need of a blood sacrifice. Hell, humans are capable of forgiving each other without having to murder someone else before doing so. He kind of rambles on making the same points over and over, so I'm going to skip ahead to the next relevant part of the video. The link will be in the description box if you want to check out the entire video for yourself.
I mean, where is the line that you draw? Where is the line of demarcation that you draw to say that God is evil?
Well, I've talked to enough theists to know that many Christians say atheists can't argue about what is good or evil, because we have no objective basis for knowing what is good or evil. So we will play by your rules and simply use your supposed objective morality. Now, just to be clear, I don't really like using the words good and evil. I usually use ethical or unethical. I think evil is more of a religious construct, but anyways, like I said, we're just going to play by your rules. In my case, I'm just going to think of evil as unethical, but I'll use the word evil for this video. Anyways, so, for example, I think you'd be hard-pressed to find a Christian who doesn't think genocide is evil, yet your God is responsible for genocide according to your own book. I think most Christians would agree that infanticide is evil, yet your God supposedly killed the firstborn of every single Egyptian merely because their king refused its orders. It killed small, defenseless babies who had nothing to do with Pharaoh's decisions. I could go on, but I think this is enough to show that your God is evil, even according to its own set of rules, and that of most God-fearing Christians. So I'm going to skip ahead again here.
And I'm asking this question because I'm trying to understand this line of demarcation that atheists draw to say that God is evil. Never mind the fact that they don't have any sort of underlying objective basis to draw evil from.
Fuck, I knew it. I called it.
Evil is a sort of spiritual nature that is completely in a vile sort of realm beyond anything we can possibly imagine. Something so vile that it's worthy of being destroyed in hell.
Have any examples, Antonio? I'm just a stupid atheist with no basis to figure out right from wrong.
If I'm even going to argue from the perspective of where y'all coming from for the sake of argument, it could be a whole lot worse. I'm just working in y'all wheelhouse when I'm asking this question.
So your argument for God's goodness is that it could be a whole lot worse? That's a very strange argument. You are arguing for a God that is supposedly all good, yet you think that because you can imagine a being that would behave even worse than your God, that somehow equates to your God being good. Your Bible is littered with acts condoned by or carried out by your God that violate its own rules for ethical conduct. That's it for this video. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe. Take care, and cheers.